So I was talking or listening in deep thoughts while walleye fishing again. Um, part of the reason why I love fishing is, you just get out here, you're with God, you're by yourself, you're thinking about things, you're contemplating things. Well, one of the things that really comes up in Christian debates is how could God be one but also be three? How do you explain the Trinity? How do you explain God in three ways? Well, think about it this way. When God brought Adam and Eve together, he took two people and made them one. When he made the earth and the time, he took morning, noon, and evening. You got three and made it one day. If you go back and read in Genesis the story of Abraham and the three angels, and the verse is kind of losing me, but it's in, I think it's Genesis maybe 18. You can see where God actually takes the form of a man along with the two other angels. God has the ability to manifest himself in any way that he wants. He mentions that he dwells in the tents with his people, that he expands the universe, and that he sits on the throne. He does all three things at the same time. So God has the ability to be what he needs to be. So how do you explain this with Jesus? Well, the word incarnate is the key word. God became a man in the form of Jesus Christ. Now, we know Jesus in human form, but we also know Jesus, if you read the Bible, we also know Jesus existed if you go back and read the angel of the Lord. Whether it's the burning bush, go back and read that and sense that it looks like there's actually two people talking, but yet the tense is singular. Wow, that's really interesting. Go back and read that, and you'll see what I'm talking about. That it's the angel or God, and you can't really figure out who's talking. Well, that's a sign of God's ability to manifest himself in ways to make himself meaningful to us. If you really took, just adjusting the speed here on my troll here, if you really look at other passages, like the angel leading the Israelites into, not the Israelites, the Hebrews, because they weren't Israelites yet, the Hebrews into the Exodus, he says, follow the angel. Well, who's the angel? Well, when you read it, you kind of get a sense that it's both God and the angel talking, and you go, well, which one is talking? And you go, both. Yes, they're both. God is the angel and God is God. So to really have a hard time with the Trinity, yeah, it's complex, but in reality, it's not as hard as we think when we think about the fact that when you take the Hebrew word for one and the English word for one, we could say, we have man and woman became one, 3 parts a day became one. So it's really not hard to understand that God exists as God the Father, Jesus Christ, the Messiah, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. And then God uses every one of those, functions of himself in a way that benefits his people. He wants us with him, and he manifests himself in a way to get himself to us. If you have any more questions, feel free to comment. I'd love to talk with you more about this, but the reality is God exists in three, the Trinity. Now, the Trinity word is a new word, but yet that doesn't mean that the Trinity was new when the word developed. The Trinity existed even in the Old Testament. So hit like if you like what I'm talking about. Hit subscribe if you like what I'm talking about. Would love to talk to you more. Have a great day on the water.